Do any of you remember They Hunt in the Woods? I think it was actually They Hunt in the Mist. Well, it's dead. There are a number of reasons for it no longer being around, with the top reasons being new responsibilities. Now I have time and the ability to start back on a project, but I feel like that one just gone. This isn't the first time I started a project, shared it with all of you, and just dumped it with nothing to show. So I told myself that if I was ever going to show a project to you guys again, I would need to have something to show for it, some sort of demo first. Something you can all play, download, maybe have fun. And here it is. Please remember, it is really early in development, and it is missing a lot of things. Please believe in me. Just one more time. The game itself is meant to be a ghost hunting game. The genre that Phasmophobia either made popular or single-handedly invented. But I don't want to just be a Phasmo. This is a really hard task when you're so early in the lifespan of a genre, or when one genre is heavily dominated by one game. I mean, how many first-person shooters feel like a COD ripoff, despite the fact that they are basic FPS? I mean to make my game different somehow. Anyhow. I don't think anyhow is a word. The first big difference I could think of is the hunts. As far as I can find, most of the games have one of two ways of dealing with a hunt. Kite the ghost till it goes away, or hide in the box somewhere. There's also a third secret way, dying, but that usually is less fun. I want to use stealth as a mechanic. I want the players to be able to sneak around an entity, hiding behind chairs and desks, and be able to survive a rampaging entity using that stealthiness. If the entity spots you, it will yell at you and start chasing you. Let's make hunts another part of the game, not just a punishment cooldown system. Let's to work. I will need to make maps with that in mind. I will be making vents that players can crawl through and passageways that you may be able to sneak through later on when I get more of that system built. First person to say sus gets thrown in the pit. Some of you may be asking, if this is a key feature you want in your game, then why isn't it already in there? I have an answer for that. I have only been working on this project for maybe 2 weeks. It's a miracle I got this far. I have a cool plan. I really hope to see it through. My main bottleneck right now is resources. I would love your support. If you don't want to put money into this project, I understand. You can still help me by commenting, liking, or even, if you are so kind, subscribing. Also, if you think you know someone who is spooky enough, send them this vid. They may like it. The only big focus I want to put on this game is horror, or more specifically, the fear of being hunted and the fear of death. Most, if not all, ghost hunting games. I'm not afraid of dying because death is scary in the game. I'm afraid of dying because I don't want to lose my stuff. I don't agree with this approach. I think an entity hunting you down, you should be afraid, and death should not be a slow cover over the eyes and staring at some entity in a dark room. You should be screaming in fear. I also am not the biggest fan of how small and cramped some of these games maps are. I know small pitches are an extremely powerful tool in horror. Claustrophobia hides within us all. I think we could do better. I want movement to be clean and easy in the game, which means open rooms with unobstructed walkway. This will prove to be a challenge, but I would love to give it a try. So that's what we got. A stealthy Phasmo with more open maps, right? Well, let me talk a little bit more about it. You are a member of a private agency that is dedicated to the investigation and removal of hostile supernatural entities. This organization is called Grimwright LLC, and the head of it is Director Edward Downard. You get sent to a crime scene where an entity has proven dangerous and or deadly, and you are to find its location, what type of entity it is, and do a ritual to remove it. You don't have normal ghost hunting equipment. It's all more occult things, like a silver bell or red glass lens. To start with, there are 8 ghosts, with a total of 16 almost ready to go. You can anger an entity as well as make it more active, with a rampage happening when both anger and activity are above certain levels. Some tools have effects on all entities, only extreme effects on some. For example, all entities get angry and annoyed by the bell but fear will rip it out of your hands and scream at you. All entities will make the spirit crystal light up, but only few will make it shine the brightest and hum for you. The more you play, the more you may discover the lore. Like for instance, how Grim Wright LLC was made to replace the Supernatural Investigation and Intelligence Division, a government agency that was shut down for being an example of hysteria and a waste of resources, as well as an attack on reason. You may even learn key names and years about when things happened, and may uncover classified entities like Entity 4-9MV. My two main inspirations for this project is Phasmophobia and a TV show called Supernatural. I don't know if you can really see the last one, but it really has been on my mind. I really want to get this project going, and would love it if you were to help. All I ask is to leave a like, maybe a comment. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Just want to take a second to say if you can hear my autistic toddler in the background making many sounds, I do apologize. She is adorable as heck.